censored on, although it is free music. I don't want to get censored on YouTube, although it is a track that's royalty free music, so it shouldn't censor me. But also not sure if it's affecting what you can hear of me speaking. Play. So I hosted back in 2020 a free event called Free Your Inner Child, because I had become aware that a lot of the inner trauma and pain I had suppressed the child in me, or the playfulness in me, and also a lot of our wounds, a lot of our pains, a lot of the challenges and situations that we find difficult in life now stem back to childhood situations. Our self-doubt, our self-esteem, our worthiness issues, all of that often relates back to situations in childhood where we were told we weren't good enough, we should shut up and sit down and not be seen and not be heard, and all of that, we take it in and take it on board as children. And whilst there does seem to be this natural phasing out of playfulness as we mature, some of that is actually down to societal oppression. And there are studies in this, there are play therapy researchers. I've read a couple of books on the energy of play and how it actually makes us smarter. It makes us more creative. It makes us think in a different. It's a bit like flipping that. This is why laughter flips the switch in the brain so that you get out of logic and into creative. And I did them on the right side. Although if a camera's flipped, it'll look like the wrong side to you anyway. So, and this idea of play, we are oftentimes, when we reach adulthood, we take on this energy of, we have so much responsibility. We have to go out and work. We have to go and earn money to pay bills, or pay rent, or pay mortgages. We have to be responsible, and we can't be responsible and be playful. And it literally closes down our imagination, which is our creative, like it's how we create our reality, through our imagination. That's scientifically proven too. And it closes down some deep part of ourselves, the happiness part, which I'm putting my hand here because the happiness gland, called the thymus gland, is here between the throat and the heart. The thymus gland is the happiness gland, and we close down our happiness because we take on the weight of the world of responsibility. And in these books that I've read on play, they're about workforces, offices, whole conglomerations of workforces in the word's gone from my head. 9 to 5 work is, the word's gone. It'll come back maybe. People in those 9 to 5 office style jobs are so stuck and heavy in their employment that they're not necessarily enjoying, although some do, that they have play therapists, coaches, people who have this, who've studied this and researched this, go into their workforce and teach them to play. Again, because we've forgotten how to play. And what they discover is productivity goes up, ideas and creativity go up, teamwork goes up, like the ability to collaborate together improves, because we've got the cognitive function as adults to know how to collaborate. We try and force on children, and they're not cognitively ready to play together because that's not how their little brains work. And what they've realised is when they do this, people actually get happy again. And when they're happy again, they actually enjoy their work, even if it's mundane or even if it's not really their soul calling. They're able to find a energy that lightens them up. And this is where we're going today with Fun Day Friday. When did you last play? Like really play? And when I asked this like a couple of years ago, and I ran this free event a couple of times, most people can't remember the last time they played. Like they genuinely can't remember the last time they played a game. Unless it's like a board game, and that's like maybe different, but that can be so competitive. I'm talking like playing with your imagination, playing like the little preschoolers play, playing with objects, playing with whatever sparks your imagination, playing at life. Like, when was the last time that you played in your imagination at like having the things that you most desire, the career you most desire, the success you most desire, the home you most desire? Like when I was a kid and I was like fantasizing about pop stars and being married to them, and I had this whole, and my friends did, like, it wasn't just me. I had a couple of friends who lived next door but one, and we used to play with being married to pop stars, and we used to have like these whole families, and our little council houses that we lived in, we all lived in council. It was, well, we actually were in quite a nice bit of an estate that had these like 3 council houses in the middle of all these houses that had been bought in the 1980s, like loads of people did, which is why there's no social housing now, side note. And we had these like 3, we were in these 3 council houses. Well, we were 2 of the 3 council houses. And then we had another friend who came to her grandparents at the other side on the weekends. And we had such vivid imaginations as to how this whole life that we were creating for ourselves was. You know, we were obviously rich because we were married to pop stars. We had dozens of children, which, you know, these pop stars didn't have. We had like cars, nice cars that we would drive in, and we were just in this place where even when we went home, like I'd go home or they'd go home, depending on whose house we were playing in, we were still there. We were still like, we'd put messages through each other's doors about what we were doing in the game. We were just like, we would live days in this fantasy world. And when, like, was that something you ever did? And when was the last time you did that? Now, my girls haven't done that quite so much, but they have definitely lived in Fantasyland, where they have had like ideas and inspiration that creates a joy in them that is really powerful for their creativity. And then they art, usually, like they will draw what they're thinking about, what their ideas and inspiration is giving them. And that's like a really powerful tool for our creation of our reality. So maybe you don't want to go and play a game of like tag in the park. If you've got children, you know, cool way to play. Like you forget how much fun tag is until you play it again when you're an adult one day and you're like, oh, actually this is a lot of fun. Zombie tag, lots of fun. Play that with the kid. Not so much, teenagers now, they don't really want to play zombie tag, but it's a shame. I play zombie tag. If you don't have like children to play that in that sort of way with, go home, shut your door, shut your curtains, and spend an hour playing at being the best, most successful, wealthiest, happiest, with the best car and the best house. Pretend your house is the best house you ever want to live in. Go home and do that. Or if you are home, do that. Just imagine, like, I didn't have any problems as a kid living in this like 3-bedroom council house with my mum and my dad and my sister. I didn't have any problem fantasizing as to how that house looked. Like, genuinely, I actually drew. My mum had little floor plans of our house so that she'd like then cut out little bits of furniture. I think you can do this on an app now, but my mum had graph paper. It was cut to like scale, and she would like rearrange the room. Like, she was one of them mums who you got home from school and she'd rearrange the whole house, and you'd like walk in and go, where am I sitting tonight? And I like that. Like, I like everything to be the same. I blame it on my fixed star signs. 3 fixed star signs. And when I then copied this idea into creating a floor plan of my huge mansion house, and I didn't have any problem with fantasizing like where this was in my house I was in, like where we had then stairs, and I'd even pretend to go up the stairs up to the 2nd floor because I could do that, because I had this imagination. I can like close my eyes and I can see it now. Like, you know, go up the stairs. It was a 1970s, I think, council house, maybe 1960s council house. We'd go up the stairs, and then I would just like fantasize that I'd go along the landing and then go up the next set of stairs, which you kind of do in my house now, although mine's now a like Victorian terraced house. And it was so clear. It didn't matter, that's not how my house looked. That was what was in my imagination. Can you do that now? Can you, despite your reality right now, think of something that you really would like to have and go and play at being it for an hour or even 15 minutes? Sometimes, you know, it's actually really, hands up, I really am not yet achieving the imagination play, like delusional idea of like, I'm going to play my imagination for an hour. I am not there yet, even though I played for days like that as a little girl, right up until I was in my early teens, and nobody else then wanted to play. I had young nephews, and so I could actually play a little bit in my imagination with them. And it was when we moved house when I was 15 that I kind of fell out of that height of imagination. But I'm not there yet. I can just about keep like 15 minutes of heightened imagination going on, and then I've got to do mum stuff, and then like, or I walk in my house and, you know, I'm still in that place of, yeah, that's a whole other, well, I'm going to talk about that another day. Let's not dampen the mood of Fun Day Friday by saying that my housing association should take responsibility for decorating the bare plaster. It's an argument, it's an ongoing argument. So my bare plaster walls it's like being able to fantasize that it's actually beautifully painted in the colours that we love, and we've got like beautiful decoration, and we've got all the things that we would really like to have in our like big mansion house, never mind this like little terrace house. Playing in that level of your imagination can really help the creation of your biggest desires. So if you're not happy in your life in some way, if you're not happy in your job, your employment, if you're not happy in your relationship, if you're not happy in your home, if you're not happy in your town, maybe you like your home but don't like your town, begin to like fantasize and play in your imagination with your best dream for that thing. And that can even be like, even with the partner that you're with, can you just imagine them being the ideal partner? And imagine them coming to you in the kitchen and putting their arms around you and not wanting sex out of it, but just like wanting to give you a hug. Or them helping you while you're doing things that you've got to do. Can you imagine them coming? And you know what? Not even a little secret. You do this, you can actually get them to come from wherever they are or come home and actually do the thing. It's like, not even a little secret, that does happen. Like, my husband comes in and helps me. It's because I've been fantasizing that he's coming to help me. And like, it really, really works. You just play in that imagination, play consistently, play and then grow it with that really imagination that a 6-year-old has got, that, you know, they're a fairy princess or they're a fighting knight or I don't know, Pokemon trainer. People still Pokemon trainers. Roblox little weird blocky being. Do they play night? So like my nephews would play like computer games, and then they'd come out of computer game land and they'd play the game that they were playing in real life, IRL, and like pause the game. Like if one of them had to go off to the toilet, they'd be like, pause, and they'd all like freeze where they were while one ran off to the toilet, and then they come back and they go unpause, and they start playing. I've seen like kids my girls have played with, I've seen the same thing happening even today. And yeah, it's that level of imagination that you're like so in it that you have to pause the game to go and do a real life thing. And can you do that? Can you? If you're like, be in there, like I am my best expression of myself, I'm going to play at this, like being the successful therapist or healer or coach, or even if it's mum, even if your soul calling is to be, I'm going to play it being the best mum that I can be, oh, then I've got to just go and do a mum thing. Like, just pause the game. But if you get really stressed out with a real life scenario, play the game. Go in there and be like, you know what, I'm going to be the best mum that I can be here in this role right now. I'm going to go and separate the kids from fighting. I'm going to go in there as like playing the best mum I can be. And sometimes when you do that, when I do that, when I'm like crazy, loopy, insane mum, it really impacts the energy of the experience that you're going in to diffuse. If you go in there like, you know, the best version of who you are, you become that. You like put the costume on and you become that. And it can diffuse arguments, it can diffuse situations, it can send you into like an office meeting in an energy of confidence and demeanor that enables you to get the position of experience that you are going in to create, to achieve, to apply for. So try that today, going into Saturday and Sunday, because, you know, there are lots of people who are having 9 to 5, Monday to Friday roles. Go today, I'm going to play for 20 minutes tomorrow at this. I'm going to play 20 minutes tomorrow when I get home tonight from work. I'm going to play at 20 minutes of this. I'm going to play at 20 minutes of being the best mum, the best partner. I'm going to play 20 minutes at being the most successful entrepreneur in the world. I'm going to play at this and do that and extend it and expand it and play. Play with the energy of a 6-year-old who thinks they're riding a unicorn. Play with the energy of a 6-year-old who thinks that they are flying a spaceship. Go and play with that energy. And I can promise you, you will feel lighter. You will begin to be inspired with ideas that help you in the creation of your life, or you'll just feel happier. And isn't that what we all want? Most of all. Isn't that part of all the reason why we have a desire to be improving in ourselves, or to heal from our traumas and wounds, so we can be happier? And it's one of the easiest ways, and it's another free way, because let's face it, lots of us are held back because of this crazy financial system we live in. Go play. Play, it's free. You can do it now, in your head, anytime you want. Let me know what you're going to play at today, tomorrow, over the next few days, and come back and let me know how it goes. And I'll see you soon. Bye.